People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Shells.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports Presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Faust Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bytech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hermson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good afternoon and welcome to Barneveld High School. It is Regional Championship Thursday in the state of Wisconsin for high school softball, and our feature matchup today on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel features the number 2 ranked team in the state, Barneveld Golden Eagles, hosting the River Ridge Timberwolves in a battle of 6 Rivers rivals for a chance to win the regional championship. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, AM 1590 WPVL.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Barneveld, the number 2 ranked team in the state, comes into today's regional final with an overall record of 18-5. They are co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference with Belmont with identical 16-2 records. Barneveld got to this regional championship through the postseason by defeating Potosi-Cassville 9-4 on Tuesday in the regional semifinal round. River Ridge coming in off the win against Highland 3-0. Again, this is the third time that these two teams are seeing each other. Barneveld won here 9-1 on April 17th and then went to River Ridge and got a blowout victory 14-4 just 10 days ago on May 19th. The winner of this game takes on the winner of the game that we have over on 97.7 Country WGLR between Belmont and Wazeeka-Steuben. Belmont, the number 1 ranked team in the state, and there could be a chance that the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state do play in a sectional semifinal in Division 5. We'll see how the day shakes out. Other games on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations today include Dodgeville and Richland Center on X1071. And then on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, we have Iowa Grant taking on Cuba City. And when we get updates on those scores, we'll bring them to you on our Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups. Also, our Russell office's injury report, our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the first pitch between River Ridge and Barneveld in today's WIAA Division 5 regional final. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
Farming is risky business. Protecting your business means managing risk. That's where Tricor Insurance comes in.
When we're working with our clients or our future clients, it's really important that we understand the business that they're in. Our role is to help make these businesses more successful.
Tricor Insurance works with Grinnell Mutual to design insurance packages built uniquely for you and your farm or agribusiness. Tricor Insurance and Grinnell Mutual are ready to work for you.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Pregame 1.
Back at Barneveld High School, getting ready for today's WIAA Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Our Russell office's injury report, no injuries to report for either team here this afternoon. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. For the visiting River Ridge Timberwolves, their batting order goes like this. Batting first, the center fielder wearing number 13, Josie Drone. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Harper Kramer. Batting third, playing first base, number 21, Elena Gage. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 18, Abby Doyle. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 2, Aaron Adrian. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 11, Mallory Krubel. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 22, Elena Brinkman. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 23, Keely Redman. And rounding out the starting lineup for River Ridge, the left fielder, number 12, Maya Drone. Again, the lineup, Josie Drone, Kramer, Gage, Doyle, Adrian, Krubel, Brinkman, Redman, Maya Drone. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the River Ridge Timberwolves. And coming up next, we'll bring you the starters for the Barneveld Golden Eagles as the Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the hygiene brand of products as well as other dairy hygiene products. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
Pregame 2.
National anthem from Barneveld High School as we close in on the first pitch between River Ridge and Barneveld in our Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup for the Barneveld Golden Eagles. Again, 18-5 on the season, 16-2 in the Six Rivers Conference this year, co-champions with Belmont. And their starting lineup goes like this. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Eliza Gordon. Batting second, the designated player, number 16, Maddie Graybent. She bats in place of the left fielder, number 15, Isabel Pullman. Batting third, the pitcher, number 3, Hannah Esch. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 13, Kaylee Imon. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 4, Tatum Thousand. Batting sixth, playing second base, number 20, Aaliyah Norton. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 14, Addison Walker. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 12, Maya Norton. And rounding out the starting lineup for Barneveld, the center fielder, number 5, Jada Imon. And the lineup for Barneveld, Gordon, Graybant, Esch, Kaylee Imon, Thousand, Aaliyah Norton, Walker, Maya Norton, Jada Imon. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Barneveld in their home white pinstripe jerseys with Eagles written across the chest in purple with some gold trim, purple numbers on the front and back, an American flag on the right shoulder. And River Ridge in their black jersey tops with white pants and purple socks. River Ridge written across the chest in purple with purple numbers. Those are the colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Our softball game today brought to you by JFK Exterior. See John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repair, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287. That's 608-732-0287 for John Klein at JFK Exteriors in Bloomington. Softball also brought to you by Ritchie Implements in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richies.inc.com. The Barneveld Booster Club wishes Eagles girls softball all the best in today's competition. The Barneveld Booster Club is proud to support all athletes in upholding their winning traditions, both on and off the field. Go Eagles. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the first pitch between River Ridge and Barneveld in our WIAA Division 5 Regional Final. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. First pitch coming up next on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game 3.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees. Put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
Pre-game 3.
We are set for softball on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our YouTube stream powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, as the sun has decided to peek out from the clouds just in time for the first pitch. It is a perfect day for softball here this afternoon. A light breeze blowing from right to left as I see it from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. And in the circle warming up for the Barneveld Golden Eagles is Hannah Esch, the pitcher wearing number 3, 67 and a third innings pitch on the season. A 9-1 record, has 1 save on her stat line as well. An ERA of 4.782, a whip of 1.5, and the opponent batting average of 248. And stepping up to the plate for River Ridge to lead off is number 13, Josie Drone, on the season, batting 474, or beg your pardon, 306, an on-base percentage of 474, slugging percentage of 333, as she dusts off the plate, waits for the pitch from Esch. And the first pitch shows bunt, and it's popped up to the backstop, and just like that, we're off and running here at Barneveld High School Division V Regional Final. Count is 0-1 to Josie Drone. Harper Kramer and Elena Gage also due up for River Ridge. As Hannah Esch checks her wrists, now delivers the 0-1 pitch. And bunt drops dead right in front of the batter's box, or just inside the batter's box, I should say, in foul territory. Count goes to 0-2. Prairie Land Grain Systems of Glen Haven. Contact Phil Miles for your grain handling needs. Specializing in grain bins, grain legs, conveyors, and grain handling dryers. Prairie Land Grain Systems of Glen Haven. 0-2 pitch, misses outside for ball 1. The defensive alignment for Barneveld in the outfield from left to right, it's Pullman, Jada Imone, and Kaylee Imone. And then from third to first, Maya Norton, Eliza Gordon, Aaliyah Norton, Tatum Thousand. Swing and a miss, strike 3, balls dropped, throw to first in time. And a strikeout is recorded for the first out of the game, still scoreless between Barneveld and River Ridge. Now Harper Kramer, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. Where his number sits? That's right-handed. Batting .309 on the season with an on-base percentage of .349. First pitch going to be popped up over to the first base side, and that ball is dropped. I believe it was dropped by Aaliyah Norton, who came in from second base, but River Ridge with a base runner on. We'll record that as an error. And River Ridge with 1 on and 1 out, top of the first inning. Now the lefty, Elena Gage, playing first base, wearing number 21, comes up to the plate. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. Pitch is in there for a strike and a slide to second base. Runner is safe. Stolen base for Harper Kramer. So runner in scoring position for River Ridge early on. With 1 on and 1 out, count is 1-1 to Elena Gage. Abby Doyle in the on-deck circle for Ridge. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Had the right location, timing just a bit off for Elena Gage. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation of Bloomington. 1-2. Outside for ball 2. Harper Kramer retreating back to second base. Now Hannah Esch getting ready to deliver. Count is 2-2. Elena Gage and the pitch downstairs for ball 3. Count is full, 3-2. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Here's the payoff pitch. This one grounded foul along the third base side. We'll do it again. Game also brought to you by Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. Also by Sire T Auto Body, complete collision repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. And that is a called strike 3, a backwards K for Hannah Esch. Second strikeout of the game. 2 away in the top of the first, with the cleanup hitter Abby Doyle coming to the plate. Abby Doyle, the catcher, batting .361. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Community First Bank, for the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Count is now 0-2 to Abby Doyle with a runner at second. That's with the windup, the delivery, misses outside for ball 1. River Ridge Realty Southwest. Call Barbara Bernhardt, broker owner, here to help you in every aspect of buying or selling real estate. River Ridge Realty Southwest LLC, serving Southwest Wisconsin. The 1-2. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on and 2 out, top of the first inning. River Ridge nothing, Barneveld nothing in our Division 5 regional final from Barneveld High School. And that checks her wrist. Now delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. River Ridge gets a base runner run off an error, but 3 strikeouts to retire the order. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Barneveld Golden Eagles at the bat. River Ridge nothing, Barneveld nothing on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 1.
Right on the first inning, we're still scoreless between River Ridge and Barneveld. WIAA Division 5 Regional Final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Due up for Barneveld is Eliza Gordon, Maddie Grayman, and Hannah Esch. And in the pitcher circle for River Ridge is their ace, number 2, Aaron Adrian, a ERA of 3.17, opponent batting average of 249, a 1.31 whip, and had a 2-hit shutout against Highland in the 3-0 win in the regional semifinal on Tuesday, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Eliza Gordon batting on the season, a .518 batting average and OPS of 1.202. The 0-1 pitch misses for ball one. Count is 1-1. JFK Exterior. See John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repair, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287. 1-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike to Eliza Gordon, the starting shortstop, batting left-handed. Hits this one over to short. Kramer able to retrieve it, throws it to first in time for the out. Nice job by Kramer to get the out. 6-3 ground out. Now it'll be number 16, Maddie Graybant, the designated player, coming to the plate. Graybant batting .443 on the season. On-base percentage of .457, a .912 OPS, and the first pitch is in there for strike one. Ritchie implementing Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. A 1 pitch. This one bunted, but it'll pop foul. Count goes to 0-2. So the number 2 hitter in the order, Maddie Graybant. Graybant batting in place to the left fielder, number 15, Isabel Pullman. Another left-handed batter to lead off for Barneveld, and this one grounded right back to Adrian. Tosses over to first for the out. A 1-3 ground out. 2 away now in the bottom of the first. River Ridge nothing, Barneveld nothing, and now coming up to the plate is number 3, Hannah Esch, the pitcher. Hannah Esch batting .481, on-base percentage of .543, and an OPS of 1.358. First pitch misses for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. To Hannah Esch. If she reaches base, Kaylee Imone in the on-deck circle. And that pitch does find the strike zone. Nice placement there by Aaron Adrian. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. And Ash looks at that one, misses downstairs. Count is now 2-1. 2-1 pitch. This one grounded over on the third base side and just misses fair territory by about 6 inches. Count is now 2-2 with 2 out in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless between River Ridge and Barneveld in our Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Barneveld Booster Club wishes the Eagles girls softball team all the best in today's game. The Barneveld Booster Club is proud to support all athletes in upholding their winning traditions both on and off the field. Go Eagles. Payoff pitch lifted into left field and will be fouled off. Count stays at 3-2. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. 3-2 pitch misses outside for ball 4, so a base on balls puts Hannah Esch on base. It extends the inning for Barneveld as Kaylee Imone, the right fielder, coming up to the plate. Kaylee Imone batting .464 on the season with an on-base percentage of .505 and an OPS of 1.113. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Prairie Land Grain Systems of Glen Haven. Contact Phil Miles for your grain handling needs. Specializing in grain bins, grain legs, conveyors, and grain handling dryers. Prairie Land Grain Systems of Glen Haven. A 1 pitch misses way outside for ball 1. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. As the catcher Doyle trying to keep tabs on Hannah Esch at first base. Adrian with the windup. This one grounded over to short, and that will find shallow left field out of the reach of Kramer. Ball throw back into the infield, holds the runners at first and second, and our first hit of the game will go to Kaylee Imone. 2 on and 2 out now in the bottom of the first. And now the first baseman, number 4, Tatum Thousand, comes up to the dish. Tatum Thousand batting .354, an on-base percentage of .365, and an OPS of .84. This one grounded over to Kramer at short. Throw to first is in time for the out. Another 6-3 ground out. Will retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We are through 1 inning at Barneveld High School. River Ridge nothing, Barneveld nothing. Wolves up to bat next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you.
Play Brewers Baseball Bingo presented by U.S. Cellular for the chance to win prizes all season long. Download the MLB Ballpark app from the App Store or Google Play to get in on the action.
Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Queen Bee Radio has your chance to win great seats to see Milwaukee baseball. Sign up to win at Okies Market in Cassville, Goodney's Garage in Platteville, Pink's Automotive in Lancaster, the Horseshoe Tavern, Prairie du Chien, U.S. Cellular in Platteville, Regular Insurance, and Boondock Sports Bar in Wazeeka. Plus catch Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, the Back Bar, and the Back Nine, and Home Key Real Estate coverage of Milwaukee baseball. Heard on AM 1590 WPVL. Presented by Napa Auto Parts of Boscobel, Pink's Automotive, and Goodney's Garage.
In Game 2.
First pitch to Aaron Adrian is a called strike. Count is 0-1 as Ash delivers the 0-1 pitch, and that one's low for ball 1. Aaron Adrian, Mallory Krubel, and Elena Brinkman do up for the Wolves in the top of the 2nd inning on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. This will be a grounder to Gordon, and it finds its way into shallow left field. And River Ridge gets their first hit of the game. Aaron Adrian delivers to lead off in the top of the 2nd. 1 on, nobody out. Top of the 2nd inning. River Ridge nothing, Barneveld nothing, and we see the third baseman, number 11, Mallory Krubel, stepping up to the plate. Krubel batting .266 on the season. Shows bunt. That one popped up, and Ash trying to dive for it. That's a fair ball, and Krubel able to reach base off the sack bunt. So River Ridge now in business offensively. 2 runners on, nobody out. Top of the 2nd inning. Elena Brinkman, second baseman, digging her cleats into the batter's box. Right-handed batter as Esch trying to get the pitch. Lines up, delivers, shows bunt. Bat pulled back, runners stay put at 1st and 2nd. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. Brinkman shows bunt again. Drops it right in front of the catcher. Throw to first is in time, and the sack bunt advances the runners to 2nd and 3rd. Adrian at 3rd, Krubel at 2nd with 1 away in the top of the 2nd. And now Keely Redmond, the right fielder, coming up to the plate. Redmond batting .200 on the season with an on-base percentage of .368. Redmond also with 1 RBI on her stat line on the season, trying to deliver in a big spot here. The first pitch is in there for a called strike. Nice pitch there by Esch. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation of Bloomington. 0-1, swing and a miss. Count is now 0-2. And Esch checking her wrist, set to deliver the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th strikeout thrown by Hannah Esch. Runners hold at 2nd and 3rd. Now the left fielder Maya Jerome, the number 9 hitter in the order, comes up to the plate. Maya Jerome batting .250 on the season, an on-base percentage of .382. Swings and misses at strike 1. JFK Exterior, see John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repairs, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287. for John Klein at JFK Exteriors in Bloomington. Jerome looks at that pitch, and it's a called ball, missing the strike zone outside. Stuff also brought to you by Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday fish fry and great pizza options. There's some of it you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Swing and a miss, strike two. Drone tried to chase that one outside the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. 1-2 pitch, good take there by Drone, misses outside for ball 2. Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. 2-2 pitch, pop foul back behind the backstop and out of play. We'll do it again. Sire T Auto Body complete collision repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. The 2-2 from Ash. That one high for ball 3. Ball gets away from the catcher, and sliding home is Aaron Adrian for the first run of the game. Aaron Adrian scores on a wild pitch, and River Ridge is up 1-0. Mallory Krubel also standing at third for River Ridge. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0, and a full count to Maya Drone. Here's the pitch. This one popped up in foul territory and will be caught by Tatum Thousand. And River Ridge gets on the board first. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0. Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
In Platteville, whether your tires just can't take it anymore or you need an oil change, welcome to Good Knees Garage. Maybe you just want a friendly, honest mechanic to answer questions about that funny smell or the weird noise your car is making. At Good Knees Garage, they have the experience to help you with all your auto repair and tire needs. In Lancaster, Pink's Automotive provides repair service for all domestic and imported cars, trucks, and semis. Their certified technicians have the equipment and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. For an oil change, new tires, or a complete transmission overhaul, contact Pink's Automotive in Lancaster.
It's good to know that your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there. For generations, we've powered the growth of our neighborhoods, our businesses, and everything in between. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever to provide affordable energy you can depend on and keep you connected to what matters most, now and for generations to come.
Scenic Rivers Energy, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
In Game 3.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0 as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. After 1 inning on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Cuba City has a 4-0 lead on Iowa Grant. On 97.7 Country, WGLR, the winner of this game, taking on the winner of Barneveld and Wazeeka Steuben, and Wazeeka Steuben with a 1-0 lead on Belmont in the second inning. Also in Dodgeville, scoreless between Dodgeville and Richland Center on X1071 and X1071.com, as it looks like there was an equipment issue or something that was delaying the start of the bottom of the second inning. It's Aaliyah Norton, Addison Walker, and Maya Norton due up for Barneveld, and the first pitch is outside and low for ball 1. Number 20, Aaliyah Norton on the season, batting .333 with an on-base percentage of .386, .786 for an OPS. And that is a called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Aaliyah Norton down 0-2 early. to lead off the bottom of the second inning, and the 0-2 pitch misses upstairs for ball one. River Ridge Realty Southwest, call Barbara Bernhardt, broker owner, here to help you in every aspect of buying or selling real estate. River Ridge Realty Southwest, LLC, serving Southwest Wisconsin. This pitch popped up sky high into shallow left field and will be caught by Drone out in left field. That one being Maya Drone. One away in the bottom of the second inning. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0. Now Addison Walker, the catcher, wearing number 14. Waits the first pitch, and an off-speed pitch misses upstairs for ball one. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. 1-0 pitch catches the strike zone on the inner third to make the count 1-1. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. This one grounded over to the third base side. Krubel makes the play, throw to Gage in time for the out. 5-3 ground out. And now Maya Norton up to the plate. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the second. River Ridge with a 1-0 lead, and the first pitch to Norton catches the outer third of the strike zone for strike one. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. 1 pitch just misses inside for ball one. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 1-1 pitch misses outside to make the count 2-1 to Maya Norton as she reaches base. Jada Imon, the number 9 hitter in the order, is in the on-deck circle. 2-1. This one grounded over to the third base side. Krubel makes the play again. Throw to first is in time for the out. Fly out, ground out, ground out. The Eagles go down in order in the bottom of the second inning. We will head to the third. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0. Wolves out to bat next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
If you or someone you know in the greater Dubuque area is graduating from college this spring, Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque has the opportunity of a lifetime. Here's Shane Bertzloff, sales manager at Anderson Weber Toyota, to tell us more.
Our Epic Summer RAV Trip contest is for college students graduating this May from a college in the greater Dubuque tri-state area. For 2 weeks this summer, they'll have the use of a Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with up to 3 of their friends. Anderson Weber will also be giving them $5,000 for expenses.
Where can they go on their 2-week summer RAV trip?
That's completely up to the winner. The more epic, the better. And remember, this contest is only for college seniors graduating this May from a college in the greater Dubuque tri-state area.
How can qualifying students enter the Anderson Weber Toyota Epic Summer RAV Trip contest?
They'll visit the website, epicravtrip.com. You can get more details and make your video submission. You can also see the previous winner's Epic Summer RAV Trip.
Entries must be submitted by May 31st. Enter today and see complete contest rules at epicravtrip.com.
In Game 4.
Top of the third inning, top of the order for the River Ridge Timberwolves, as the first pitch is going to be bunted back to the pitcher, and Esch able to make the play, and the throw to first is in time to get Josie Drone out on a 1-3 ground out. That brings up Harper Kramer, and then Elena Gage also due up for River Ridge. Top of the third inning, River Ridge with a 1-0 lead on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and overhead doors. This one going to be grounded past the pitcher and into shallow center field as Harper Kramer reaches base for the second time. She reached on an error back in the first inning and gets her first hit. 1 on, 1 out, top of the third. River Ridge 1, Barneveld 0, and Elena Gage trying to make up for striking out in her last at bat in the first inning. Struck out looking. Waiting the first pitch from Hannah Esch. First pitch swung on and missed for strike one as Kramer takes off and steals second base, so she's in scoring position again. We'll see if Elena Gage can try and bring her home. Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Ash with the lineup, the delivery. This one popped up and over the backstop and thankfully away from my head. Goes to 0-2. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Count is 0-2 to Elena Gage, and that pitch is high and gets away from the catcher. And Harper Kramer reaches third base on the wild pitch. Runner at third for River Ridge, a 1-0 lead. 1 on and 1 out. Elena Gage, the number 3 hitter in the order. Again, 0 for 1, struck out looking at her last at bat. Down 1-2 on the count here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That went in the dirt, but nice stop there by Walker. Count is now 2-2. And Ash checks her wrists. Here's the 2-2. That one gets away from Walker, and coming home and scoring is Harper Kramer. River Ridge scores again off a wild pitch, and it's now 2-0 Wolves on top of the Eagles in the top of the third inning. 1 out, nobody on. Actually, beg your pardon, a runner at first base. As this pitch fouled off behind the backstop to make the count 0-1. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 0, top of the third inning. Runner at first for River Ridge. Abby Doyle, the cleanup hitter at the plate. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one back to make the count 0-2. Russell Offices here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Probably serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. Doyle down 0-2, awaits the pitch. That went in the dirt. Walker stops that one, but Elena Gage able to steal second base. And she's in scoring position with 1 out. In the top of the third, River Ridge finding some offense here in the early going. A lot of it due to Barneveld miscues on pitches. And here's the 1-2. That one upstairs to make the count 2-2. Erin Adrian on deck for River Ridge. She scored the first run for the Wolves. As Doyle steps out of the box, now digs back in. The 1-2 pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. Fifth strikeout thrown by Hannah Esch. Now Erin Adrian singled in her last at bat and scored. First pitch is high for a ball, but stealing third is Elena Gage, and she is 60 feet away from scoring. 2 stolen bases for Elena Gage. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. The 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2. McNutt Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont. The 2-0 popped up in playable and will be caught by Thousand. Or no, the home plate umpire says it's off the fence. Thousand must not have controlled it cleanly. So the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Erin Adrian at the plate, Mallory Krubel on deck. Runner at third for River Ridge with 2 outs and a 2-0 lead. Ash gets the pitch count. Here's the 2-1. That one in the dirt. Count is 3-1. CJ ATM service. See Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM service of Platteville. 3-1 to Adrian. Looks at that one, and that misses for ball 4. Aaron Adrian is walked. Runners now at the corners for River Ridge with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. River Ridge 2, Barneveld nothing. And Mallory Krubel reached base on a bunt back in the 2nd inning. Trying to deliver with 2 outs and 2 on. And this pitch is going to be fouled off, and it goes over the River Ridge dugout along the right field line to make the count 0-1. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Dash with the 0-1. That one way high. Gets away from Walker, and Gage caught in a pickle between 3rd and home. And sliding home, runner is out. And that's how the inning will end for River Ridge. They leave one stranded off a base running error by Elena Gage, but River Ridge does get 1 run across, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's River Ridge 2, Barneveld nothing on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at GonnaNeedMilk.com. GONNA needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
The suicide rate among those in the ag industry is nearly 10 points above the national average.
We need to make it not taboo. You know, we talk about COVID, we talk about all these other things that happen. We still don't seem to want to really have that open, candid conversation about mental health. You don't have to have any fancy letters behind the back of your name. You can be just a normal, everyday person and just be like, hey, are you okay? And be willing to sit down and talk to that person if they're not and validate that.
Saying something could mean everything. Brought to you by the National Corn Growers Association.
In Game 5.
Jada Imone, Eliza Gordon, and Maddie Grayman are due up for Barneveld as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's River Ridge 2, Barneveld nothing, and the first pitch is going to be popped up, and a 3-wolf collision along the foul line, but the ball will be caught by Adrian, and a pop-out retires the first batter, and we go back to the top of the order with Eliza Gordon coming up to the plate, hit into a 6-3 ground out in her first at bat. Again, River Ridge with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the first pitch bounces off the glove of Doyle to make the count 1-0. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. 1-0 pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 1-1 strike to Eliza Gordon, starting shortstop for Barneveld here this afternoon. And the 1-1, Gordon shows bunt, and the ball finds the strike zone to make the count 1-2 strikes with 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd. River Ridge with a 2-0 lead. Adrian with the windup, that one upstairs for ball 2. Ritchie Implements in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster see their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. 2-2 pitch, going to be grounded back to Adrian, fields it cleanly, throw to first in time for the out. 1-3 ground out, 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. And now Maddie Grayman, the designated player, coming up to the dish, hit into a 1-3 ground out in her last at bat. trying to extend the inning for the Eagles. Drops a bunt. Adrian there, toss to first, is in time for the out. Pop out, ground out, ground out. The Eagles go down in order quickly in the bottom of the third. We head to the fourth. It's River Ridge 2, Barneveld nothing. Wolves up to bat next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 6.
Top of the fourth inning, Mallory Krubel, Elena Brinkman, and Keely Redmond due up for the Wolves, and the Wolves have a 2-0 lead on the number 2 ranked Barneveld Golden Eagles in our regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The first pitch is a strike. Krubel back at the plate after Elena Gage was caught stealing to end the inning back in inning number 3. River Ridge getting a run in each of the second and third innings to make the score 2-0. And the 1-1 pitch swung on a miss for strike 2 by Krubel. Softball brought to you by JFK Exteriors, who John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repair, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287 for John Klein at JFK Exteriors in Bloomington. 1-2 pitch finds the strike zone for a called strike 3. 6th strikeout throw by Hannah Esch. Retires the first batter for River Ridge in the top of the fourth, and now we see Elena Brinkman at the plate. Had a sacrifice bunt in her last at bat and hits this one to deep right field and will be caught by Kaylee Imone. 2 away now in the top of the fourth. Now we see Keely Redmond at the plate. The right fielder struck out in her last at bat. The Barneveld Booster Club wishes the Eagles girls softball team all the best in today's game. The Barneveld Booster Club is proud to support all athletes in upholding the winning traditions both on and off the field. Go Eagles, as this pitch bounces off the glove of Walker to the backstop to make the count 1-0. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Keely Redmond swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on for River Ridge in the top of the fourth inning. But the Wolves with a 2-0 lead on the Barneveld Golden Eagles. And the 1-1 pitch misses inside for ball 2. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. 2-1 pitch, misses high and bounces off the glove of Walker to make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Prairie Land Grain Systems of Glen Haven. Contact Phil Miles for your grain handling needs, specializing in grain bins, grain legs, conveyors, and grain handling dryers. As this 3-1 pitch is going to be grounded foul. Ball bounces back behind the catcher to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out, nobody on in the top of the fourth inning. Again, River Ridge with a 2-0 lead. Here's the 3-2. This one hit right back into center field. And Keely Redmond with a 2-out single extends the inning for River Ridge. That brings up Maya Drone. And we will see a courtesy runner for River Ridge. It'll be Reese Moravitz running the bases for Keely Redmond. Yeah, Maya Drone coming to the plate for River Ridge, popped out in her last at bat in the second inning. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities and to plan your next getaway. Visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation of Bloomington. Drone awaiting the first pitch from Hannah Esch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Snap throw to first, and Moravitz will stay put. One on, two out, top of the fourth. River Ridge with a 2-0 lead. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be fouled back to the backstop to make the count 0-2. Supple also brought to you by Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. 2 to Drone. Drone looks at that one. It's going to be a called ball and a snap throw to first. Holds Moravitz at first base. Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. The 1-2 misses inside and low to make the count 2-2. Sarati Auto Body Complete Collision Repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sarati's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sarati's. In Bloomington, this will be grounded over to short. Gordon makes the play. Throw to first is in time for the out. Drone goes down 6-3. And the top of the fourth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. River Ridge 2, Barneveld nothing. Eagles up to bat next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 7.
Hannah Esch, Kaylee Imon, and Tatum Thousand do up for Barneveld in the bottom of the fourth inning. River Ridge with a 2-0 lead on the Golden Eagles in our Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The 1-0 pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 1-1 to Hannah Esch, who was walked in her last at-bat in the first inning. This one popped up sky high, and the catcher Doyle misses it. And now Hannah Esch stays alive, but the count is 1-2 strikes. PDC Flooring and Design, your trusted local flooring pros, Barb and Kirk, look forward to serving you at PDC Flooring and Design. PDC Flooring and Design, Riverside Square in Prairie du Chien. Adrian with the 1-2, and that one doesn't reach the plate to make the count 2-2 strikes. Adrian with the delivery. This one popped up to second base and shallow left field, and Keely Redmond loses the handle of the ball, and Hannah Esch will reach second base. We'll call that a fielding error on Keely Redmond. Couldn't tell if she tripped or just lost the ball. But a runner in scoring position for Barneveld, with the Eagles trailing 2-0, and a timeout taken by River Ridge so that Coach Wade Winkers can check on Keely Redmond in right field. While the action stops, we'll tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Ginger and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. By First Supply in Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Looks like Keely Redmond is going to stay in the game as Coach Winkers goes back to the River Ridge dugout. And the first pitch to Kaylee Imone is going to be a called strike, catching the outer third of the strike zone. Kaylee Imone 1 for 1 on the game, had a single back in the first, and this one hit to straightaway center field. Josie Drone loses the handle, and the ball hits the fence in center field, and the throw back to the infield won't be in time as Hannah Esch will score as Kaylee Imone comes through with an RBI double. And Barneveld is within 1. It's River Ridge 2, Barneveld 1. And Coach Winkers going to call his infield into the circle and talk things over. Again, River Ridge 2, Barneveld 1, bottom of the 4th. Runner at second for the Eagles. Our broadcast brought to you by Geist Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery. Reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Call on Geist Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at GeistTruck.com. Also by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Barneveld coming off their first run of the game. It's 2-1 in favor of River Ridge. In the bottom of the 4th, and the first pitch to Tatum Thousand misses away for ball 1. Runner at second for Barneveld. That's Kaylee Imone standing there, and this will be fouled over the backstop and out of play to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Tatum Thousand. Aaliyah Norton in the on-deck circle for Barneveld. Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware Hank and Napa dealer. See Rob Krantz of the Grew at Krantz Auto Parts for full-service repair on cars and light trucks, too. Krantz Auto Parts of Fenimore. This one hit to straightaway center, and that will be caught by Josie Drone. And that's the first out of the inning. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Again, River Ridge with a 2-1 lead. And Aaliyah Norton will dig her cleats into the batter's box. Flew out in her last at bat back in the second inning. And the first pitch finds the strike zone, clips the outer third for strike 1. Bytech Resource Management of Greener Way. Bytech Resource Management of Monroe and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont. Prairie du Chien and Carey's Gutters and Doors.com. 0-1 pitch. That will be fouled over the backstop again and out of play to make the count 0-2. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And by WCC Brands, Custom Apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-Brands.com. 0-1 pitch. This will be lifted foul on the first base side, and chasing it is Elena Gage, and she hits the fence hard, and she is on all fours in pain, and Coach Winkers will check on her. She hit the fence really hard trying to chase that one. And the trainer will be called to check on Elena Gage, and it looks like Gage has a bit of a bloody nose after she hit the fence square trying to chase that ball out of play. Stopping the action, we'll tell you that our game brought to you by People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Donnie's Tire and Auto. Call Neely Hooker in town for 24-hour towing service at 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is at Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. And Elena Gage being tended to by the trainer, trying to chase a foul ball out of play. She ran into the fence at full speed as the fence along the right field side. You can't really see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, but it's about a 5-foot fence, and she was running full speed. I don't know if she hit the beam straight on. But she's got a bit of a bloody nose, and if she can get that stop, looks like she'll stay in the game. But to reset the scores, River Ridge 2, Barneveld 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 on and 1 out, and an 0-2 count to the second baseman, number 20, Aaliyah Norton. Barneveld scored their first run in this inning off an RBI double by Kaylee Imone. River Ridge scoring the first 2 runs of the game in the second and third innings. Her Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio AM 5090 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our video stream powered by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. And it looks like Elena Gage is going to stay in the game, takes a bow. And she goes to the pitcher's circle. And we are set to resume play. And Aaliyah Norton down 0-2 in the count. As Aaron Adrian set to deliver. Here's the 0-2. This will be hit on a liner into shallow left field. Rounding third is Kaylee Imone, and she will score. And we are tied off the RBI double by Aaliyah Norton. A pair of RBI doubles for Barneveld ties things up. It's Barneveld 2, River Ridge 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 on and 1 out. And now Addison Walker at the dish. She hit into a 5-3 ground out her last at bat. She'll look at the first pitch. It's inside for ball 1. Richie Implements in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster see their inventory and employment opportunities at Riggie'sInc.com. And this will be grounded foul right in front of the Barneveld dugout to make the count 1-1 strike. Barneveld Booster Club wishes the Eagles girls softball team all the best in today's game. Barneveld Booster Club is proud to support all athletes in upholding their winning traditions both on and off the field. Go Eagles. 1-1 pitch misses high for ball 2. One pitch upstairs for ball 3. Count is 3-1. JFK Exterior, see John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repair, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287 for John Klein at JFK Exteriors in Bloomington. This will be hit into right center field, and Redmond will make the play sprinting, closes the glove on it for the second out of the inning. Two away now in the bottom of the 4th. We are tied at 2. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2. And Maya Norton coming up to the plate. She hit into a 5-3 ground out in her last at bat in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss at strike 1. And Barneveld getting 2 runs on 2 hits in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 0-1 pitch will be fouled to the backstop to make the count 0-2. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. This will be grounded along the third base side. Krubel makes the play. Throw to first is in time for the out. One runner left stranded, but 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error. Again, 1 left on base. We head to the 5th. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2. Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 5090, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 8.
Partner with Fuller's Milker Center and Gia for your next milking system. From the Dairy Pro Q robotic rotary parlor to the Dairy Robot R9500 robotic box milking system, you select the best fit for your operation. With Gia, you can also choose from market-leading conventional parlors, fully equipped with automated accessories. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to start building your dream milking facility.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every regular season Friday home game at American Family Field, ticketed fans 21 and over who sit in the Miller Lite beer pen in the left field Loge bleachers will receive a free Brewers can holder, courtesy of Miller Lite and Leinenkugels. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
In game 8.
Top of the fifth, top of the order for River Ridge. Josie Drone, Harper Kramer, and Elena Gage due up for the Wolves. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. 0-1 pitch. Drone shows bunt, pulls it back, and the ball misses the strike zone low for ball one. Josie Drone 0 for 2, struck out in the first, hit into a ground out in the third. Swings and misses to make the count 1-2. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. Swing and a miss for strike three. Ball is dropped, but the throw from Walker to Thousand is in time. As that is strikeout number 7, I believe, by my count, for Hannah Esch on the game. One away in the top of the fifth. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2. Harper Kramer at the plate. Grounds this one over to short. Gordon makes the play. Throw to first is in time for the out. Harper Kramer's retired 6-3. And now Elena Gage. And ran into the fence really hard, trying to chase a foul ball just a few moments ago. At the plate. And fouls this one off. Right in front of the Barneveld dugout to make the count 0-1. Gage struck out looking in her first at bat and then reached base on a walk in the third inning. 0-1, this one popped up, and it's going to be out of play to make the count 0-2. Maryland Grain Systems of Glen Haven. Contact Phil Miles for your grain handling needs, specializing in grain bins, grain legs, conveyors, and grain handling dryers. Maryland Grain Systems of Glen Haven. To pitch upstairs for ball one. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. 1-2 pitch. Upstairs and bounces off the glove of Walker to make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Elena Gage. 2 out, nobody on in the top of the 5th inning, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Werner will get a regional championship plaque and advance to the sectional semifinals coming up on Tuesday. 2-2 pitch misses away for ball 3. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Winner of this game takes on the winner of Belmont and Wazeeka Steuben. And last update on that, Belmont with a 4-1 lead in the 5th inning. That one on 97.7 Country WGLR. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Strikeout, ground out, strikeout. The Wolves go down in order in the top of the 5th. Barneveld set to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. We are tied at 2 apiece on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
The suicide rate among those in the ag industry is nearly 10 points above the national average.
We need to make it not taboo. You know, we talk about COVID, we talk about all these other things that happen, but we still don't seem to want to really have that open, candid conversation about mental health. You don't have to have any fancy letters behind the back of your name. You can be just a normal, everyday person and just be like, hey, are you okay? And be willing to sit down and talk to that person if they're not and validate that.
Saying something could mean everything. Brought to you by the National Corn Growers Association.
What happened to customer service? You're expected to check yourself out at the store, you're expected to pay 3% extra to use credit cards, and you're expected to unbox your own mattress and set it up yourself. Well, not at Dubuque Mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. At Dubuque Mattress, customer service is alive and well. When you buy a mattress from us, we take care of everything. We deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. We don't charge for using credit cards, and we offer free financing. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 9.
Jada Imone looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike to make the count 0-1. It's Jada Imone, Eliza Gordon, and Maddie Grayband do up the 9-1 and 2 hitters. For Barneveld, as River Ridge and Barneveld are tied at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 5th. And this will be bunted back to the pitcher. Adrian fields it. Throw to first is not in time. The runner is safe. Ball couldn't get to Brinkman in time at first base. And Barneveld gets a base runner on, an infield single for Jada Imone. Now Eliza Gordon at the plate. Couple ground outs in her 2 at-bats today. 0 for 2. Shows bunt, drops this one on the third base side, throw to first. That one's not in time either, and both runners are safe. Back-to-back bunt singles for Barneveld, puts 2 runners on. And now Maddie Grayband at the plate for Barneveld. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th, River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2. As Grayband has a pair of 1-3 ground outs, and the first pitch is going to be foul in front of the catcher to make the count 0-1. River Ridge Realty Southwest, call Barbara Bernhardt, broker owner, here to help you in every aspect of buying or selling real estate. River Ridge Realty SW LLC, serving Southwest Wisconsin. And that is a out as the ball was popped up and caught by Doyle. 1 away now with runners at first and second for Barneveld. As the Barneveld fans not thrilled about that call. I was looking down for a brief moment, so didn't see how the full play came through, but I'm sure you saw it cleanly on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Happened right in front of our camera, and this one lifted into center field. Drone giving chase, diving catch, and what a play by Josie Drone in center field, a diving catch. My goodness, what a play. So after a pair of bunt singles, a pop out and a fly out in back-to-back pitches, 2 retired now with 2 on. Runners at first and second for Barneveld, and Kaylee Imone now at the plate. Imone looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike, catching the inner third. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. A 1 pitch misses outside for ball 1. Softball also brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. 1-1 pitch, downstairs for ball 2. River Ridge 2, Barneveld 2, bottom of the 5th. Runners at first and second for the Eagles. 2-1 count to the cleanup hitter, Kaylee Imone. And hits this one into the left center field gap. And that is over the fence for a 3-run home run. I thought that one was going to drop, but that one just carried over the left center field gap. And it is 5-2, Barneveld off 1 swing of the bat by Kaylee Imone. Kaylee Imone's second home run of the season, and it's a big one to catapult Barneveld to a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the first pitch to Tatum 1000 is high for ball 1. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. No pitch, also upstairs and inside for ball 2. Thousand follows this one back to make the count 2-1. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. And the 2-1 is going to be tap foul right in front of the catcher to make the count 2-2. 3-run home run by Kaylee Imone. Puts Barneveld up by 3. Of course, that coming with 2 outs. Tatum 1000 trying to extend the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hits this one on a line, and Krubel can't play it. It'll be a single for Tatum 1000. Yeah, that was a rocket hit. Tatum 1000 gets on with 2 outs. And Barneveld with a 5-2 lead. Here comes Aaliyah Norton. She had an RBI double back in the 4th inning. Pops this one sky high, second base. Brinkman settling under it and will catch it to make the play. A 3-run home run by Kaylee Imone puts Barneveld in front. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the 6th inning. It's Barneveld 5, River Ridge 2. Wolves out to bat next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10.
When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than winning a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since 1965. The award recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how their team and your community can work together to be true champions.
Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, and the Back Bar in Platteville offer a trio of options for your dining and drinking enjoyment. Come to Pizzeria Uno for Platteville's best deep dish pizza, their signature Long Island iced tea, and a variety of other menu and beverage options. Reserve Uno's loft for parties of up to 50 people. For 7 days a week carryout options, visit pizzeriauno.net. Uno's delivers Thursday, Friday, and Sunday from 4 to 8. Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, and the Back Bar in Platteville.
In Game 10.
Barneveld 5, River Ridge 2, top of the 6th inning. Wolves up to bat. It's Abby Doyle, Aaron Adrian, and Mallory Krubel due up. And the count is 1-1 to Abby Doyle. Struck out in both her plate appearances in the 1st and 3rd innings. And that's with the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Barneveld catapulted in the lead thanks to a 3-run home run by Kaylee Imone. And a 1-2 pitch. Catches the outer third of the strike zone for a called strike 3. Ninth strikeout thrown by Hannah Esch. One away in the top of the 6th. Barneveld with a 5-2 lead. And now Aaron Adrian at the dish. Aaron Adrian singled in the 2nd inning and was walked in the 3rd. First pitch, inner third of the strike zone for strike 1. Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. A 1 pitch, inside and low for ball 1. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And the 1-1 pitch lifted sky high into shallow left field and will be caught by Pullman for the second out of the inning. Strikeout, fly out, and now Mallory Krubel. See if she can get on base for the Wolves. It's a 5-2 lead for Barneveld. River Ridge scoring the first 2 runs. Barneveld scoring the last 5. And this hit into shallow left field. That'll drop for a base hit. Nice hit there by Mallory Krubel to extend the inning for the Wolves. She's now 2 for 3 on the day. And now Elena Brinkman digging her feet into the right-handed batter's box. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. This one hit in over to the second base side and will be caught by Aaliyah Norton. And that will be the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Barneveld 5, River Ridge 2, Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 11.
If you or someone you know in the greater Dubuque area is graduating from college this spring, Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque has the opportunity of a lifetime. Here's Shane Bertzloff, sales manager at Anderson Weber Toyota, to tell us more.
Our Epic Summer Raft Trip contest is for college students graduating this May from a college in the greater Dubuque tri-state area. For 2 weeks this summer, they'll have the use of a Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with up to 3 of their friends. Anderson Weber will also be giving them $5,000 for expenses.
Where can they go on their 2-week summer RAV trip?
That's completely up to the winner. The more epic, the better. And remember, this contest is only for college seniors graduating this May from a college in the greater Dubuque tri-state area.
How can qualifying students enter the Anderson Weber Toyota Epic Summer RAV Trip contest?
They'll visit the website, epicravtrip.com. You can get more details and make your video submission. You can also see the previous winner's Epic Summer RAV Trip.
Entries must be submitted by May 31st. Enter today and see complete contest rules at epicravtrip.com.
In Game 11.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Barneveld with a 5-2 lead on River Ridge in our Division 5 regional final on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Addison Walker, Maya Norton, and Jada Imon due up for the Golden Eagles. As the 0-1 pitch is lifted sky high into left field and will be caught by Drone for the first out of the inning. Now Maya Norton at the plate, hit into a pair of 5-3 groundouts in her appearances in the 2nd and 4th innings. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right for unexpected dings or major repair projects. Head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. In Lancaster, first pitch is a called ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Addison Walker, the catcher for Barneveld. Looks at the 1-0 pitch, and that's a called strike. Count is 1-1. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. The 1-1 pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. CJ ATM Service, see Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Maya Norton tried to chase that one low. Count is now 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. A 5-2 lead for Barneveld. And this one hammered into left center field. And unable to catch it is Drone. And that is still fair ball. Thought it might have cleared the fence, but it will be a double nonetheless for Maya Norton. One out double is Maya Norton, her first hit of the game. She's 1 for 3. And now Jada Imon, 1 for 2, popped out in the 3rd and singled back in the 5th. Shows bunt here, and it will be pop foul on the third base side. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster and Fenimore. Runner at second for Barneveld. Jada Imon shows bunt, pulls it back, and the count is now 1-1. Barneveld 5, River Ridge 2, bottom of the 6th inning. Contact made, and a liner caught by Krubel. And that will hold the runner at second. 2 away now. Off the line out. And now we'll go back to the top of the order with Eliza Gordon. She's 1 for 3 on the game. Ground out, and a single. The single coming in the 5th inning. Looks at the first pitch, and it's upstairs for ball 1. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. As we will have a courtesy runner for Barneveld as Maya Norton checks out, and I believe it'll be Kenzie Dans running the bases for Barneveld. She's standing on second base. Barneveld 5, River Ridge 2, bottom of the 6th inning. 1 on and 2 outs and a 1-0 count to Eliza Gordon. He resumes. Gordon waits the pitch. An off-speed pitch. Misses the strike zone for ball 2. Softball brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. 2-0 pitch misses upstairs again. Count is now 3 balls, no strikes to Eliza Gordon. Gordon steps out of the box, now back in. Here's the 3-0. And that one's outside for ball 4. 2 runners on now for Barneveld in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Barneveld trying to get some insurance runs here with a 5-2 lead on the Wolves. Barneveld won both regular season matchups rather decisively, 9-1 back on April 17th and 14-4 just 10 days ago in Patch Grove. And the first pitch that is a called ball. There's a slight pause, didn't know what was happening there for just a moment, but it's a 1-0 count to Maddie Grabant, the designated player. Hits this one back to the pitcher, and it gets past her glove into shallow center field. Runner rounding third, and no play at home. Runner is safe. Kenzie Dans will score, and it's a 6-2 lead for Barneveld with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. An RBI single for Maddie Grabant. Makes her 1 for 4 on the day. Clutch hitting with 2 outs again for Barneveld, and it's now 6-2 in favor of Barneveld, again at the bottom of the 6th inning. Coach Wade Winkers wants to talk things over with his infielders. They'll give us a chance today. Our broadcast is brought to you by Sire T Auto Body Complete Collision Repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. Also by Langmeyer Lumber, your one-stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. 6-2 the score. First pitch is a called strike to the opposing pitcher, Hannah Esch. Was walked in the first, reached on an error in the 4th, and flew out in the 5th. This one, a laser down the left field line. That'll drop for a base hit. Runner rounding third. And Eliza Gordon will score to make it 7-2 in favor of Barneveld. This is an RBI double for Hannah Esch. As Barneveld coming through. Being held scoreless in the first 3 innings, they've scored 7 runs in the next 3 frames. And the first pitch to number 13, Kaylee Imone, is downstairs for ball 1. Kaylee Imone hitting the 3-run home run to put Barneveld in the lead. And the 1-0 pitch is upstairs for ball 2. And barring a comeback by River Ridge in the 7th inning, that 3-run home run is likely our tri-core turning point. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Ball gets away, and the runners will hold. Count is now 3 balls, no strikes to Kaylee Imone. Tatum 1000 on deck for Barneveld, and now they're going to intentionally walk Imone to load the bases with 2 outs. That brings up Tatum 1000. Grounded out in the first, flew out in the 4th, hit a single back in the 5th. This will be grounded, and that will find its way into shallow left field. 1 run comes in. Runner rounding third. 2 runs come in, and Barneveld padding the lead to make it 9-2. A 2-run single for Tatum 1000 stretches the lead. 4 runs coming across so far in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the first pitch to Aaliyah Norton is downstairs for ball 1. Barneveld batting through the order in this inning as the 1-0 pitch catches the lower third of the strike zone for strike 1. The 1-1. This one hit right back to Adrian, but it will find its way into shallow center field. Runners will hold, and the bases are loaded again for Barneveld. Again, all these hits coming with 2 outs. As Addison Walker at the plate, she flew out for the first out of this inning. Looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Adrian with the delivery. This one grounded back. Adrian unable to make the play, but great reaction there by Kramer to get the throw to Gage in time for the out. 4 runs come across for Barneveld in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 9-2 lead for the Golden Eagles. Last chance for the River Ridge Timberwolves in the top of the 7th coming up next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 12.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
An unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Donald Driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
In Game 12.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's Barneveld 9, River Ridge 2. In the bottom of the 6th inning, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for Barneveld as the Golden Eagles scoring all 9 runs in the last 3 innings. Hannah Esch set to deal the first pitch to Keely Redmond, and Redmond pops this one up and will be caught by the catcher, Walker. A pop out for the first out of the inning. River Ridge down to their final 2 outs. Maya Drone coming to the plate. Drone popped out in the second and hit into a ground out in the fourth. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Worco Transportation. For employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit worcotransportation.com. This one hit into shallow right field. That will drop for a base hit. Maya Drone gets her first hit of the game. She's now 1 for 3, and we'll go back to the top of the order with Josie Drone, as we will have a courtesy runner for River Ridge. I believe that's number 9, Megan Brewer, running the bases for the Wolves. JFK Exterior, see John Klein for any and all exterior home maintenance, repair, or replacement. Call 608-732-0287 for John Klein at JFK Exteriors in Bloomington. First pitch going to be popped over the backstop and out of play. Count is 0-1. After the game, we'll have the Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Check in on the shoebox scoreboard. We can tell you that the winner of this game will take on Belmont, a 5-1 winner over Wazeeka Steuben over at 97.7 Country WGLR. Count is out, no balls and 2 strikes to Josie Drone. Assuming that this score holds, it'll be the number 1 ranked team versus the number 2 ranked team in the sectional semifinal coming up on Tuesday, as this one hit into right field, just in play along the right field line, as Kaylee Imon able to close the glove on it. 2 away now in the top of the 7th, and now River Ridge down to their last out. The shortstop, Harper Kramer, at the plate, reached on an error in the first, singled in the third, and hit into a ground out in the 5th. And Ash checks her wrist. Here's the windup. This will be popped up. Ash calls everyone off, closes the glove on it. And the Barneveld Golden Eagles are regional champions, defeating River Ridge 9-2. At the top of the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Both teams come to home plate to shake hands, as Barneveld will improve to 19-5 on the season. They will take on Belmont on Tuesday for the sectional semifinal round. And River Ridge finishes their season with a record of 17-9. The seniors that have played their final game in a River Ridge Timberwolves uniform include Morgan Klein, Maya Drone, and Elena Brinkman.
Congratulations to the River Ridge Timberwolves on a fantastic season. How about a round of applause for them? And congratulations to your 2025 Division 5 Regional Champion, Barneveld Golden Eagles.
The Barneveld Golden Eagles again regional champions as they celebrate along the third base side, holding the regional championship plaque, and they will go to the sectional round coming up on Tuesday. Again, it'll be Barneveld taking on Belmont, number 1 versus number 2 in the state in the sectional round coming up. We'll have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll see if we can sort out what our coverage will look like on Tuesday before we go off the air. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. More updates on the shoebox scoreboard. We'll recap the scoring of our game here and tell you what we have coming up next week in high school sports on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Our post-game show coming up next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 13.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Add a Jackson Churio jersey to your collection on June 7th when the Brewers give away 25,000 Share your replica jerseys at the game against the Padres, courtesy of Chevrolet. Don't miss this one. Get tickets now at brewers.com/giveaways. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
From top to bottom, inside and out, Midwest Roofing and Construction has you covered. Need a new roof or siding? Call the pros. Looking for energy-efficient spray foam insulation? Midwest Roofing and Construction does that too. See them for new construction, pole sheds, and decks. One call does it all. For quality local service and a free estimate, call Midwest Roofing and Construction at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Or visit MidwestRoofingPros.com.
In game 13.
The Barneveld Golden Eagles are regional champions. They defeat the River Ridge Timberwolves 9-2 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The final line score, Barneveld 9 runs on 11 hits with 2 errors. And 6 left on base. River Ridge 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Also 6 left on base. Take another timeout. We'll come back with the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 14.
Do you enjoy playing sports and watching other people compete? Here's a great opportunity for you to get involved. You can make significant income while providing a great community service by becoming a WIAA licensed official. It gives you the opportunity to be involved, stay in shape, and assist in providing the lifelong lessons from education-based athletics. Signing up is easy. Just go to WIAAWI.org. Access the officials tab to get started today. This message is from Queen Bee Radio and the WIAA.
Some things are meant to come in a box, like chocolates, phones, or jewelry, but some things aren't, like a mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress, and there are 2 major reasons why your next mattress should not come from a box. First, when foam is compressed for too long, it will lose its ability to return to its full thickness. And second, a good quality mattress, one worth the money you paid for it, is too heavy to ship by parcel service. With mattresses, lighter isn't better, period. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In game 14.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Barneveld defeats River Ridge today 9-2 in our Division 5 regional final. The Eagles defeat River Ridge in back-to-back years in the regional final round, as the number 2 ranked team in the state advances, and they will host the number 1 ranked team in the state, Belmont, in the sectional semifinal coming up on Tuesday. We'll see, of course, Jason Gordon will join us for some post-game thoughts as well, maybe a player or two, to talk about this win for the Barneveld Golden Eagles. And we'll take a quick timeout, see if we can track him down and get some post-game thoughts as team photos and celebration for the Barneveld Golden Eagles today. Again, they're the winner over River Ridge today, 9-2 in our Division 5 regional final. More on our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 1.
It is time for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Edward Jones is a financial services firm serving individuals and business owners. Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Teachers shape the future.
Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who'll make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Post-match 1.
Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management post-game show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Barneveld, a 9-2 winner over River Ridge in our Division 5 regional final. We're joined now by the victorious head coach, Jason Gordon. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win here today. Second year in a row over River Ridge in the regional final, 5th year in a row. Regional champions for this Barneveld Golden Eagles team. Talk about this win here today, because it seemed pretty rocky early on, but your team able to hang through it and really come through big in the 4th through 6th innings here today.
Yeah, 5 years in a row is pretty awesome for the girls, and I mean they've really battled through for this game, especially Tuesday where they did the same thing. We faced a little bit of adversity and overcame it, and I'm super proud of them. And as we talk about all the time, if we got to face that adversity. Right, we got to be able to play through those rough innings, to cut them off as quick as possible, and then just compete till the last out. So.
Yep, and I've been able to cover these Barneveld girls in volleyball and in girls basketball this year. This is a very talented group of girls across all sports. What stands out to you the most about the girls that you get to work with and get to coach here this season?
Coming into the season, we lost 4 senior starters off this team. That were a big part of, obviously, the 4 years in a row. So looking at it on paper, it was a little bit intimidating to think of the 4 positions to replace. And then coming off their volleyball season, their sectional run with volleyball season, that was great. They jump right into basketball. They go to state, right? So 2 days before the first day of softball practice, they're at state playing basketball. So coming in to play to play softball, they took their roles and they haven't looked back. They've done a great job, and they play hard.
Yep, and it seems like success breeds success across all sports. Some coaches a little bit hesitant if you have a deep postseason run in one sport, it kind of interferes with the start of the next season. But just talk about the work ethic and the group that this group of girls has, because we've seen it with teams like Cuba City, we've seen it with Belmont, some of these local teams that teams that have success in multiple sports. It really helps them out in these bigger stages and big moments in particular.
Absolutely. And you couldn't say it any better. Success breeds success. With these girls, I believe it takes everybody at the coaching. It doesn't matter what sport it is. At times these girls are exhausted and things aren't functioning at the right, and just being able to be patient with them and let them work through the problems, because like you said, they're a competitive group, right? And kudos to all the coaches, volleyball and basketball, right, that have worked together and not really fought too much for it. Well, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yep, and kind of a different dynamic with the conference this year. The Six Rivers West and East, all consolidated into one, which, again, just makes this conference stacked even more. And your team able to be co-champions with Belmont, number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state, and you will go head-to-head with Belmont. And Belmont coming up on Tuesday. I mean, just talk about the success of the team this season in particular, because with that, wrinkle as far as, being able to, or having to play all the top teams in the conference multiple times over and over again, does that help as far as sharpening your team for these, deeper postseason runs? And does it help that the teams that you're seeing are familiar ones that you've seen all season long.
You know, I think if you ask anybody, no one wants to play anyone 3 times, right? We've talked about this as a conference for a long time. Belmont's one, I think they're like the 4th winningest team in the state as far as Division 5. And, you know, so obviously going together in a sectional semifinal when we're 1 and 2 in the state ranked is tough, right? It's tough. And we talk about how, you know, how it can be different, how, you know, and this is the first year I think we're back in the Six Rivers side regional. So we've been, I'm sorry, we were there last year as well. But years prior to that, we would go to the Oakfield side and play through that. And, you know, I just wish it would be different, right? It is great to play in this conference. We, as coaches, think we have one of the best Division 5 conferences in the state.
Right.
Now that we have 10, I think it's hands down, right? And, you know, grueling for us, it was kind of a grueling schedule. Our preseason, I knew that first week of practice was going to be just redundant. These girls have been in the gym since August. We kind of took it easy. That means we didn't really get into our non-conference schedule that first week. But then we jumped right into games, and it was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and here we are. 6 weeks later, done.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
in the postseason.
Yep, and then the final question. We know Belmont's coming up on Tuesday, 3rd time that you'll be seeing them again for a sectional semifinal. What stands out about this Belmont team in particular, and what things are you going to be emphasizing with your team heading into that matchup on Tuesday?
You know, Belmont's a good team. They're a talented team. They got some good players. We beat them once this year. They beat us once this year. They lost to the same opponent we lost to, Monticello, New Glarus. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be a great matchup. Belmont's always a tough place to play, but we've played there lots of times. We're going to be ready.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how it plays out again. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state in the sectional semifinal round. It kind of seems, you know, sacrilegious.
It
These
does.
2 teams have to play this early in the postseason. But,
correct. Yep. And we've talked about this for a long time, you know, but it is too bad, and hopefully, you know, whatever happens, we're gonna back each other, right? We're gonna push through. We want someone out of this side to go all the way. Here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it should be a fun one coming up on Tuesday. Thanks again for your time, Coach. Go enjoy
Thank you.
this one, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, that's Jason Gordon, the victorious head coach for the Barneveld Golden Eagles. Barneveld, a 9-2 winner over the River Ridge Timberwolves here in our Division 5 regional final. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the stats and a check on the shoebox scoreboard as our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 2.
We stand on the shoulders of the women who came before us.
Women who were told they were bad with money. Women who couldn't even get a credit card without a man co-signing.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn to lead the way.
Join us at WeSaySaveIt.org,
where women of all ages and all budgets are learning how to save for retirement. You work hard.
You make money.
Now make that money work for you.
Invest in yourself at WeSaySaveIt.org.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Post-match 2.
Back on the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Barneveld, your winner over River Ridge in our Division 5 regional final. 9-2 the final score. Let's recap the scoring in this game, as it was a shaky start for Barneveld as River Ridge scored the first 2 runs of the game. They got 1 run across on the second inning thanks to some wild pitches and pass balls that were able to move River Ridge into scoring position. The scoring got started off in Aaron Adrian single and a couple bunts. Got her over to third, and then Adrian scored on a wild pitch to make it 1-0. Then in the third inning, Harper Kramer got a one-out single, and she scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0 in favor of River Ridge as we head into the fourth. Barneveld would finally get on the board in the fourth inning after Hannah Esch reached on an error. Kaylee Imon came through with an RBI double. And then Aaliyah Norton hit an RBI double 2 batters later to make it 2-2. And when we get to the fifth, this is our Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Jada Imon led off the inning with a single. Eliza Gordon then singled after her. 2 outs on the next 2 pitches, and then Kaylee Imon delivers a line drive home run into deep left center field. A 3-run home run that catapulted Barneveld into the lead to make the score 5-2 at the end of the fifth inning. And then in the sixth, Barneveld dropped the hammer, scoring 4 runs. Maya Norton doubled with 1 out. And then Jada Imon lined out for the second out of the inning. And then it was a base on balls for Eliza Gordon, an RBI single for Maddie Grabant. Hannah Esch had an RBI double. Kaylee Imon was intentionally walked. Tatum Thousand had a 2-run single. Aaliyah Norton with a single before Addison Walker got out. 4 runs on 5 hits in that sixth inning to stretch the Barneveld lead to 9-2, and that would be our final score here today at Barneveld High School. Barneveld will take on Belmont in Belmont. I misspoke earlier because I looked at the sectional championship round, which is actually played here in Barneveld. So Barneveld will go to Belmont, number 1 versus number 2 in the state in the sectional semifinal round. We will have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll sort out that coverage this evening, and you can check out our full Queen Bee Radio sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with more on the Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management postgame show on ESPN Radio, AM1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 3.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel in yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving influence to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you.
Learn how you can help at nationalcasagal.org.
Post-match 3.
Closing up shop on the Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management postgame show on ESPN Radio, AM1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Barneveld over River Ridge in our Division 5 regional final, 9-2. Final check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. As we mentioned, Belmont defeated Wazeeka Steuben 5-1, so it'll be Barneveld versus Belmont on Tuesday in Belmont. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state in Division 5 in the sectional semifinal round. Other updates that we can tell you about. Cuba City defeated Iowa Grant 7-0 on Super Hits 106 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City will play Mineral Point on Tuesday in the Division 4 sectional semifinal round. And in progress over on X1071, Dodgeville with a 4-3 lead over Richland Center. That's in the fourth inning. Again, you can catch the end of that on X1071 and X1071.com. Again, we don't quite have the full schedule lined up yet for Tuesday, as there are some games in progress, but I do know that we will have Barneveld versus Belmont and Cuba City versus Mineral Point on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll sort out our station coverage and times and everything like that later on this evening, and you can find our full high school sports schedule at AM1590 WPVL.com. And that'll wrap things up for me from Barneveld High School. Thanks to Jason Schulting and the entire staff here at Barneveld High School for being outstanding and gracious hosts as always. Thanks to both head coaches, Jason Gordon and Wade Winkers, for the team stats, rosters, lineups, and information that we had to tell the story of both teams here today. Also, thanks to Coach Gordon for joining us for some post-game thoughts on our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Thanks to all of our sponsors to help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final. The Barneveld Golden Eagles defeat the River Ridge Timberwolves 9-2 in our Division 5 regional final. Barneveld wins their 5th straight regional championship. For the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night from Barneveld High School, and we'll see you for the sectional round coming up on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL Platteville, a Queen Bee radio station.